Get me that signal. We need more power.
Alright guys, so I think you know him as one of the most recognized models in the world, Bruce Carlisle from Lost, his charity work, but I think we all know him as Damon from the Vampire Diaries? Yeah? Okay, well let's give a warm welcome to Ian Somerhalder!
Thank you.
To have you here.
You know what? I'm excited to be here. By the way, this place is huge. So if you get lost, or lose your children, or yourself, good luck finding any of it.
Well, let's talk about season 7. I know that you're probably like running on empty right now, but all the buzz going around is that we're reverting back to season 1, Damon. Little bad boy action going on here.
I think that was the goal. I don't know if we've achieved that yet, but I'm confident we will.
Well, the journey you've had with Damon, I mean, you know, with Elena, and you've kind of regained your humanity. I don't really think you can lose your humanity again. You're a pretty level-headed vampire.
I know, it's so boring. Who wants to be level-headed? At least on screen. We need a lot more of us to be a little more level-headed off screen. It's when you shoot one of these things. I had never been involved in anything for this long. I was on a show called Lost, and they killed my ass.
You're too early.
They killed my ass in the first season. Probably because I was late a couple times, or who knows. I didn't like the catering enough. I don't know. But I've been so fortunate and grateful to play this guy. And I was just talking to a group of people, and I thought, yes, you guys. And I thought, how does this guy survive? How is this? This guy is really he's brutal.
All the time?
Most of the time.
Okay. Like,
He does some really gnarly stuff. And I mean, I was going back in my head, and going back to season 1, this guy was sort of forcing himself on young women and then eating them and controlling their minds. What a dick. But then you make him a little vulnerable and you make him a little fun, and all of a sudden, it's this guy that can go and like wipe out an entire orphanage, and people will make excuses. You know what? He was having a bad day. Elena was mad at him, or something you find for this guy. And I thought, so fortunately, we have ISF, and yeah, exactly. At least I redeemed myself off the screen. But I'm really, truly grateful to have this guy. And going back to the question, which is what we thought was going back to this sort of season 1 Damon? I haven't gotten there yet, but I'm confident that the writing will. There's a lot of setup. A lot just happened, obviously. So we're going to fight for that. I think that that's truly what the character deserves, and he deserves to go off the rails a little bit. I mean, his girlfriend is in a box. And she said to him, live your life. Don't wait for me. And that's what he did before, waiting for Catherine. He wasn't exactly a saint.
Very true. Very true. So you've been directing a lot, which I'm sure has been so fun for you.
Directing's amazing.
Are you going to do that a lot in the next season as well?
I won't do it a lot, but I'll get to do it some, and I'm really super excited. You know, I think if anybody knew what went into a 44 or 46-minute episode of television, it would blow your mind. Even bad television like we make.
Whatever.
No, but it's really an unbelievable testament to the unsung heroes of this business are the artisans and the crew that makes this show actually happen. And I was with these guys at 5 o'clock this morning in the woods. I mean, whoa. it's a lot of energy that we put into this, and so I hope that it's well received, and that I hope it makes you laugh or smile or cry or feel anything. Feel anything at all.
We're excited. We can't wait. We are so pumped. I have one last question, and then we'll get to the
Yeah, I don't want to keep that one. You guys ask the next question. That's why you're here.
Well, I'd like to know, is there going to be any crossover originals in the future? I just think like you and Klaus on screen and Elijah, you guys all rock. Can we at least just like rally for it?
I mean, I really miss their accents. They have those great accents.
They do. They say whilst a lot.
Particularly, yeah, Elijah and Klaus just have those accents. I don't know about crossover. I mean, we're just so focused on trying to keep our ship sailing. Maybe Klaus and Elijah and Damon and Stefan could have like a Vegas bender or something.
We'd be fine with that.
Aren't there casinos in Chicago on the river or something?
I think so, right guys?
Yeah, maybe meet up in Chicago.
If Damon was here in real life and he met the whole cast, including yourself, who would he dislike the most and who would he like the most?
What do you mean? Damon is here. How insane would that be if I literally vamped out and ate all of you right now? I would be high as a kite for 6 months on blood. Damon would definitely like to hang out with Chris Wood. He's a pretty beautifully demented man. I think he'd have a good time. I think he'd have a good time. He'd probably drink us all under the table. I've never seen a man that can drink as much as Damon Salvatore. Because you ever notice how we pour bourbon into... Actually, there's a story of why Damon drinks bourbon that's coming. I just shot the scene a couple days ago. It's actually pretty cute.
Does that take the edge off, or is it deeper?
No, it's just the story of why he drinks bourbon versus whatever else.
Like vodka or anything like that?
Yeah, or wine or whatever. It's a cool little story. But I will say look, going into season 7 of a television show, I don't envy our writers. It's an exorbitant amount of information coming up with these stories, but we're trying, man. We're going to push it as hard and as fast and as dynamic as we possibly can. I mean, I know you guys give us a lot of leeway because you start to fall in love with characters, so you give us a little leeway, and so I'm really grateful. I'll try and say my lines right and take my shirt off as much as I can. Not only is Kat Graham my sister, but retardedly talented and rad, and my girl. You know, it's like the perfect recipe for a cool relationship. I've tried to kill you 25 times. You're my dead, sleeping girlfriend's best friend, and you're the reason she's there to begin with, and I didn't kill you when I probably should have. I look at you every 2 seconds and think about throwing you in front of a moving vehicle. But I love you, and you're super hot. And Kat Graham and I love working together because we have the same acting coach, this woman, Ivana Chubik. So we get to work with her individually, and then we get to work together. That's why Bonnie and Damon are so fun together, and actually why they kept Bonnie and Damon away from each other for so many seasons, because it was all supposed to be about Damon and Elena, but when you saw Bonnie and Damon on the screen, there was an undeniable chemistry. There was something there that they kept down. You know what I'm saying?
Will it get romantic this season? Maybe.
Maybe if he gets her drunk enough.
Like some bourbon.
You gotta get witches drunk to get in there. There was a show that I did that actually, yeah, there was a guy, a writer, producer named Stephen Anton, who actually, I was in LA shooting, I had a contract with Guess Jeans, like the clothing company, and it was pilot season, and this guy named Stephen Anton, this producer, who's since become like my brother, he gave me my first job, saw my headshot in a stack, and said, "That guy, where is he? Call him." And they said, okay. They searched for me. I was in LA shooting a Guess campaign. They wanted to read me for this pilot. And I'd been studying, of course I wanted to do a show. And I had to beg, and he was so sweet to do it, Paul Marciano, the guy that owns Guess, to let me out of my contract a few days and not sue me. So I go audition for this TV show, and I got the damn show. And it was me and Kate Bosworth, Matt Zuckery, Kate Minnick, who else? Charlie Hunnam. All these people that were in this show. And it was this beautiful little TV show about a small town, kids in high school, learning the ropes of sex and dealing with things. And it was really cool, and it was in 1999. And we shot that pilot in Atlanta in 1999. And then I'm living there, literally in 2015, 16 years later. That was a great show. We were all really young. We shot in Baltimore. I've never been more hungover on a set ever in my life. When you're 21 and you're living the dream, I mean, I took my work very, very seriously, but I also took my after work very, very seriously. And it was just an amazing moment in time. Living in Baltimore and like taking the water taxi to work and watching Kate Bosworth grow up to become someone not 15. I want to use entertainment to tell stories, but also make the world better. And I think it's now is the time we do it. You know? Thank you for that. Julie Plec, my girl, is crushing. She's 3 shows.
Fierce female.
On the same, yeah, Fierce, actually the sweetest female in the world. Julie Plec has 3 shows on the same network in the same city. She's killing it. I mean, really killing it. This woman works tirelessly so that you guys have great entertainment. Again, you know, look, I wouldn't be opposed to Damon, Steph, Elijah, and Nick Klaus just crushing Vegas one weekend. That'd be pretty cool, I think. Watch out, ladies. Hey, listen, guys, I can never thank you enough for my tribe. Have an amazing,